Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into another unique and brief chapter of automotive history, one that celebrates the boldest, most colorful experiment in car design from the late 1960s. We're talking about the Mod Top Mopars of 1969, specifically the Plymouth Barracuda and Sadlights with the Mod Top trim package. These groovy cars were a major departure from the usual muscle car or family sedan vibe, with one eye on the road and the other on the mod fashion trends of the time. Dodge also offered its own floral top option for 1969, and we'll explore that another time. But today, we're going to focus on the two Plymouths. And if you like this video, as always, please make sure to give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate your support in helping us grow and reach more car and history enthusiasts. Not only an attempt to capitalize on the latest fashion trends, the Mod Top Plymouths of 1969 were also an attempt to sell more cars to women. Sound familiar? That's because you may have already watched our video about Chrysler Corporation's previous failed attempt to market to women. So before we get into discussing these wild and swinging designs that wouldn't look out of place in an Austin Powers movie, let's take a trip back to the 1950s, where Chrysler first attempted to cater to the female demographic with a car that might surprise you, the Dodge La Femme. In 1955, Dodge made an attempt at marketing a car specifically for women, the Dodge La Femme. While today it might seem like a bit of an oddball or just a bad idea, it was one of the first and only vehicles to feature an explicitly gendered design. The La Femme was painted in a soft pink, paired with a color coordinated interior, and came equipped with female oriented accessories like a matching pink umbrella and vanity case. The idea was to offer something that Dodge's all male product team believed reflected the style and taste of the 1950s housewife. However, it wasn't exactly a hit and was canceled after 2 years. If you haven't already done so, be sure to check out our video on the La Femme. We'll link to it here. Fast forward to 1969, and the Mod Top Plymouth cars would take a totally different approach. Rather than focusing on the housewife demographic with something overtly and stereotypically feminine, Plymouth designers tapped into the spirit of the 1960s with an eye towards the fashion and individual expression of the modern 60s woman. The result? Two eye catching flower power infused muscle cars that have become legends in their own right, the 1969 Mod Top Plymouth Barracuda and Plymouth Sadlight. First up is the Barracuda, a car that was not selling as well as its competitors. Plymouth wanted to shake things up, and in addition to an increased emphasis on performance, injected new style into the mix as well. With the introduction of the Mod Top, Plymouth decided to throw a curveball at the pony car and muscle car crowd. So, what made this particular Barracuda so special? Well, it was all about the looks. The Mod Top trim package was an appearance package only, and boy, did it ever turn heads. The Mod Top Barracuda was available only as a two-door hardtop and was not available with the more popular fastback model. It came with a unique floral pattern vinyl roof, a design that was truly one of a kind for its time. Available in 8 exterior colors, the Mod Top featured a bright yellow psychedelic pattern with vibrant flowers, offering a bold, eye-catching contrast to the standard muscle car or pony car aesthetic. If you weren't already standing out on the road in your regular Barracuda, this floral top made sure you were turning heads wherever you went. But it wasn't just about the roof. Under the hood, the Barracuda still packed all the muscle you'd expect from a 1969 Mopar. Came with a range of engines. Standard engines included the modest 225 cubic inch 6-cylinder and the 318 V8, though the Mod Top Barracuda was available with 340 and 383 options that took the horsepower up to 330. And for those looking for more punch, the new for 1969 CUDA package introduced an even bigger and more powerful 440 option, giving the Barracuda plenty of muscle car credentials. So, It had the stylish exterior, it had the available performance under the hood, but what about the interior? Inside, the Mod Top Barracuda could be made just as unique. While the yellow floral top, code V1P, was available with 10 of the Barracuda's standard interior vinyl trims, what made it special were two matching trims: trim F6J with green trim appointments and the yellow floral vinyl, and trim F6P with more yellow vinyl to match the floral vinyl and black appointments. These two trims brought the Mod Top to the inside of the car with the same bright yellow flower power vinyl roof on the seats and on the door panels, accompanied by bright yellow or green vinyl accents. The whole ensemble made you feel like you were in the middle of a far out, groovy summer festival in swingin' 1969. While the exterior and interior materials were all about fun and flair and style, the overall interior design still had that same driver focused, yet stylish interior shared with all the other Barracudas. A nice additional touch on the Barracuda was the very groovy font Mod Top decal in the rear quarter windows. Before we go any further, if you're the owner of a Mod Top Plymouth or the Floral Top Dodge, you're in luck. We specialize in reproducing rare and impossible to find original automotive fabrics, and the three floral designs offered by Mopar in 1969 are items that we produce right here in house. So whether it's a mod top or the factory correct seat covers or door panels, we're the place to go. Just hit our website. Next, we have the 1969 Plymouth Sadlight. The larger Sadlight shared a similar mod top treatment, but with a slightly different vibe. By 1969, Plymouth was leaning into performance, and while both the Sadlight and the Barracuda were offered with big V8 engines that we discussed earlier that gave the cars muscle car credentials, the mod top package on the Sadlight was much more subdued than the Barracuda, giving the car a different feel. The mod top on the Sadlight was just as distinctive as the Barracudas, featuring similar psychedelic floral patterns, but in a less flashy and flamboyant blue and green color scheme. Still, the Mod Top Sadlight was difficult to miss. While the Barracuda had Mod Top decals in the rear windows, the Sadlight took a more grown up or sophisticated approach, with actual Mod Top badges on the top itself towards the C pillar. Like the Barracuda, the Mod Top Sadlight was available in three different configurations. It was available as an entire package with matching vinyl roof and seat inserts, coupled with a choice of 5 exterior colors. It was also available as a vinyl top only option with the choice of 7 of the Sadlight's regular cloth and vinyl or all vinyl trims. Finally, it was available as trim F2Q with the mod top seats only. One has to imagine that this was probably the least popular option, just having the mod top seats without the top on the outside of the car, though exact production figures are a little unclear and hard to come by. Inside, the larger Sadlight featured a more traditional interior layout than the Barracuda, a little less stylish, but the unique mod top upholstery really livened things up. These interiors were obviously comfortable and spacious, being that it was a bigger car than the Barracuda, fitting the bill for those who were looking for a performance machine that could double as a family friendly car with a touch of style. Despite the more restrained color scheme compared to the Barracuda, these mod top Sadlights stood out from the crowd and made a splash wherever they went, and they still do today. So, what's the legacy of these quirky, unusual mod top cars? Well, as is often the case with niche, fashion oriented, or trendy option packages, Plymouth's 1969 Mod Top Barracuda and Sadlight didn't exactly set the world on fire in terms of sales or meet Chrysler Corporation's expectations. Only about 2,500 Mod Top cars were produced across both Plymouth and Dodge. In fact, the floral top Dodges, as we've mentioned before, only numbered about 200 and were dropped after 1969. The Plymouth models fared decently enough to make it into the 70 model year, however. The online Mod Top registry shows 156 known cars still around, though the actual number might be a bit higher. And many sources indicate that a lot of dealers became frustrated with Mod Top cars sitting unsold on their lots, so many were converted to regular vinyl tops. Given that fact, as well as the passage of time leading to many of the Mod Top cars receiving new tops at some point in their lives, it's possible that there are still a few owners out there who don't know they have a car that was originally Mod Top equipped from the factory. So, given its lackluster sales numbers, it turns out that the Mod Top was possibly too far out, even for the 1960s. But despite their commercial failure, the Mod Top Plymouths remain an iconic part of automotive history, capturing the spirit of the late 60s with their bold floral aesthetic. In a way, these cars were a reminder that the automobile wasn't just a mode of transportation, it was also a canvas for personal expression. While they didn't quite hit the mainstream like other muscle cars and pony cars of the era, the Mod Top Plymouths have a special place in the hearts of collectors and vintage car enthusiasts. Today, they stand out as a testament to the way Plymouth pushed the boundaries of car design, mixing muscle, fun, and fashion all into one unforgettable, groovy package. So, the next time you see a Barracuda or a Sadlight, take a second to appreciate the unique Mod Top roof, a little slice of late 60s culture on wheels. What do you think of these flower power Mod Top masterpieces? Let us know in the comments. And as always, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe as well. It really helps us out. Thanks for watching, and we hope you'll join us for the next video.